Well, the Australian head of German technology giant Siemens says the manufacturing sector must move with the times if it wants to survive. Despite the current gloom around manufacturing, Albert Goller believes there are big opportunities, but industry will have to rise to the challenge. Andrew Robertson reports.
No one needs to be told Australian manufacturing is facing enormous challenges from cheap Chinese imports. Now the persistently high Australian dollar is making life even more difficult. As head of Siemens in Australia, Albert Goller has a vested interest in seeing manufacturing succeed, and he says it can if it moves with the times and adapts the latest technology.
I see not huge mass products in Australia, but very flexible manufacturing areas where you can change the lines almost on an hourly basis.
Mr Goller has outlined his thoughts at CeBIT Australia in Sydney, which is Australia's biggest technology conference and exhibition. He says it's time to start a serious debate on the future of manufacturing in this country.
China and India, it's not the cheap labour anymore. They're building today the most modern plants you can think of. And labour cost is not the issue anymore. It's really the investment that has to take place.
Mr Goller believes renewable energy is a natural area where Australia can lead the world in manufacturing, and he also points to developments in the car industry as an area where there could be a big role for Australian companies.
I'm quite convinced that electrical cars could be an opportunity, at least to design and develop them in Australia, and to a certain extent, maybe not all of the components, but really assembling them back into Australia. Absolutely, I see this an opportunity as soon as the components are developed.
Much will depend on manufacturing's ability to innovate, and innovation was a theme taken up by Optus Chief Executive Paul O'Sullivan when he addressed the conference.
Although all carriers are investing in new infrastructure, that alone and the government's investment in infrastructure will not be enough to deliver the sort of digital economy that we talk about.
Any discussion of technology in Australia these days invariably leads to the proposed national broadband network. The minister in charge of the NBN, Senator Stephen Conroy, has been here at the CeBIT conference and exhibition selling the benefits of the network. Senator Conroy believes it will transform Australia into a world-leading digital economy.
By 2020, Australia will rank in the top 5 OECD countries in the percentage of business and not-for-profit organisations using online opportunities to drive productivity improvements, expand their customer base and enable jobs growth.
Only if the national broadband network gets built, though, and at the moment it's embroiled in controversy after NBN Co walked away from all the construction tenders. While not giving too much away, Senator Conroy is confident that's a problem that will soon be fixed.
I think you'll see something imminently.
A finalised deal with Telstra for the sale of its copper wire network and its structural separation is also apparently imminent. As for the cost of the national broadband network, initially it was estimated at $43 billion, but Senator Conroy is now passing those questions to NBN Co.